Hello, you're watching Happy Asian Tarot Queen. I'm Elisa, here to do a reading. Whoops. Okay, so actually I just did a split, and there's 3 cards that kind of popped out this time. We got the 10 of Pentacles, we got the 3 of Swords, and we got the King of Swords. So that's really interesting, because this is like a reality check, you know, like it's sort of like we're constantly checking our reality with sort of the reality around us. You know, sometimes the way we're perceiving things isn't in alignment with the highest good, or, you know, the reality around us, and that's when we like kind of have these like reality checks, which is kind of what this is. You know, that's heartbreak, sorrow, when you're not in alignment with that. And what this looks like, when I pull this down, it's like there's this like long-standing relationship, and there's a message coming in that's gonna kind of like bring forward this like new beginning. Like, it's almost like this reality check is going to pave the way for this like breakthrough, which is interesting because there was a reading about like a sort of breakthrough a few days ago. Like, actually it was the reading was done right at the Lionsgate portal, so that might be relevant to this reading. But we have the King of Swords. So the King of Swords is someone who kind of lays down the law, and they're the ones that sort of like bring the reality checks. Like, this person is speaking the truth, they're laying down the law, and underneath it we have, this is really interesting, we have, okay, we have the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Cups, we have the 4 of Wands, we have the 5 of Cups, the Moon, and the World. So what I'm getting, so okay, we have this stability, like some sort of like maybe familial foundation, and it's like it's almost like there's these 2 outcomes here. There's like this profound regret, and then there's like someone who's kind of like getting their wishes, and which is interesting because there have been a lot of readings about someone being held back by another person, sort of like being an illusion, and that kind of speaks to this. And also, like, there's this, I put the pile down and it just flipped open to this conflict and like toxic. Interesting, this was showing too toxicity. So there was like a reading recently too about the toxicity being blindsided by profound disruption. So it's like almost like there's this you know, like there's a reality check, and it's just like there's these 5 cups, you know, and this could be like how things are going to sort of splinter off in whatever this familial situation is. Like, 3 of them are spilled and 2 of them are remaining, you know, but it's kind of like hidden, you know. The Moon is here, so it's like the truth hasn't been revealed yet, but whatever, I mean, because all these cards are underneath the truth, like the revealing of this truth is going to bring an end to this situation. Like, it's going to bring this whole thing to light. So, I mean, it's kind of like, I mean, it kind of looks like this long-standing structure is going to get splintered by this truth, because it's like, it's almost like half of the family is in alignment with the truth, and the other half is like, oh, we really screwed up, like, you know, they were on the wrong side of the truth, you know. But the truth, once it gets revealed, like, you can't put the genie back in the bottle. Like, it's just, it is what it is, and it's time to move on. That was another reading. But underneath the 10 of Pentacles, so this is generational wealth, stability, family. We have Justice, we have the Ten of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups, we have the Queen of Wands, and we have the Seven of Swords and the Two of Wands. So whatever this lie is, like, we've reached this turning point where it's like you can't kick the can down the road anymore. And it's almost like there's these two queens, like one that's kind of like following her heart, one that's like the Queen of Wands. She's like more of a manifester, making things happen. Like, there's these two queens in this situation, and this truth is going to bring justice, and whatever the illusion is that's like almost been like blocking the situation from moving forward is it's gonna get put down, like, because, you know, it's like this undeniable reality check. Like, again, like, you can't put the genie back in the bottle, but it does look like it's going to splinter some sort of like familial situation that's been like a long-standing. I'm going to go to the Wisdom of the Oracle because I haven't used this deck in a while, and see what comes out with this deck. So yeah, it looks to be pretty dramatic, you know, but sometimes, you know, that's what's required when things are blocked and stuck in order for things to start to move forward again, you know. So it's gonna be like a harsh truth, though, you know, like it's like one of those moments, like, you know, the Jack Nicholson famous scene, "You can't handle the truth." Like, that's what that's what it is, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna split. All right, we got, oh my gosh, breathe, and we got peace. Really interesting. So yeah, whatever this is, we can breathe. We're gonna breathe through it, you know, because it's gonna be a moment that's gonna it's a moment in time that's gonna pass, but on the other side of that we have peace. So it's like, it's something that needs to happen, and it's been coming down, you know, the pipe for a while, but it's actually gonna happen. So progress sometimes can be painful. I'm going to the Mystical Shaman Oracle, and oh, that just wants to flip out. That's interesting. Let's see if I get anything else. This is very, this one. Interesting. Oh, that one. Oh my gosh, interesting. All right, so at the bottom we have Taming the Wind. So Taming the Wind is a card of sort of like co-creating with the universe, like working with nature, you know, like not swimming upstream, but like, I mean, that's what happens when you are in alignment with the highest good, when you are in alignment with the truth. And that's kind of like where things need to get reset to, you know, so that we can bring back functionality into the situation, which is clearly like super dysfunctional. But we have the Child, we have the Rainbow, and we have the Sweat Lodge. So this is really interesting because this is a card of redemption. It's a card of second chances. It's a card of like beginner's mind. So it's kind of like resetting your perspective to something more functional, you know? I mean, that's what's happening. And what this is going to do is this is going to bring someone into alignment. This is a card of being in alignment, having the wind at your back. You know, all your chakras are in alignment with the highest good, and then things just flow. Like, you're not swimming upstream. Like, it's like things are just moving forward without you even having to try, because you're in alignment, you know. And then we have the Sweat Lodge. So this is a card of like letting go of something toxic, you know. This person, it's like sweating out whatever limiting belief or family curse or dysfunctional situation. Like, this is sort of like going through the healing crisis of letting that go. And that's what's going to bring this, I mean, all these beautiful things, you know. So this is happening, like, and I think this truth is going to make this happen, you know. So it's kind of like, it's like, you know, with the breathe, gotta breathe through this mending. We're gonna have to breathe through it, but it's gonna bring peace, you know. It's interesting that we also have another card with an egg here underneath it, and it's all about being flexible, you know. So it's just sort of like, there's gonna be this unpleasant moment that's part of this healing, but I mean, that's how you heal. Like, you have to sort of like feel the emotion, like process it, work through it, like, and then you'll be like released from it, and then be given the wisdom from the situation. Like, so this is kind of like that hard, difficult moment where you're sort of like sweating out the impurity, you know. Like, it's a difficult moment, but it's going to lead to a much more functional, like, whatever it is that's been blocking you, it's like it's going to get released so that, you know, things can move forward again, and all is well in the universe. But it's going to require this unpleasant moment. So this is really, it's almost like a warning, like, you know, it's about to happen, like, it's going to happen, like, it's happening, you know. I'm going to go to the angels and ancestors to see what we get here. Okay, interesting. I've never gotten this one before. It's the Direction Guardian, and it says choose your path. And then we have Great Teacher, learn from spiritual experiences. So yeah, I mean, this wasn't all for naught. There was like a profound lesson to be learned from going through this experience. But it's almost like it's time to move forward again. So it's time to choose your direction, your path. It's here, because whatever this blockage is, it's like getting blown up. Like, it's like we don't even have a tower yet, but like it is kind of like a tower. Like, whatever this blockage is, it's going away, and it's kind of open up the pathway again. So it's like you get to choose, you know, like your direction. Like, you're no longer like, you know, waiting for it to open up. Like, it's opening up. Like, whatever this, it's almost like, you know, there's these situations sometimes, and they're so difficult that it's like you don't want to see them, so you kind of go through this denial, you know, like it's the stages of grief, and then you finally, you know, you get angry, you like you get sad, you know, and then finally you come to this point where you can kind of like accept the lesson, and then it's time to move forward again. So this looks like in a really emotional moment, like a difficult moment, but there's gonna be a big release that comes with it. So there's some beauty in that. All right, I'm going to the Work Your Light, and we're gonna pick a final card. Oh. Okay. Transformation. Things are changing at a cellular level. Deep healing. Oh my gosh. How appropriate is that? So it's just sort of like be open to receive the healing. It's here for you. And then the Great Gathering. It's all coming together. Intuitive hits. Soul Tribe. So, you know, listen to the what's coming in for you, because your intuition is spot on. Like, you're gonna know like what's for you and who your people are, and it's gonna become clear what the path forward is for you. There is a reading also that it was like the path becomes clear. That was just happened as well. So like, I think all of this is part of this process. You know, like some really profound thing has been healed in this process, and it's like we're getting ready to move forward again. So that's the message for today. We'll check in soon with another message.